This week's big review is Ivory II Studio Grands from Synthogy. This is a brand new piano collection from them and extends their piano range by adding two new models. You've got here a Steinway Model B Grand and a Bosendorfer 225 Grand piano. It's also the first set of pianos from them to ship with Synthogy's new 2.5 Ivory engine. I'll be coming onto that a little bit more later. To download the pianos, you'll need 112 gigabytes of free hard drive space. The Ivory engine runs in Mac and PC, both in standalone and as plugins for AU, AAX and VST. For the exact specifications, do check the Synthogy site, but I can tell you that there's up to 24 velocity layers here, harmonic modelling, the soft pedalling level adjustment, you've got key and release samples and soundboard emulation, plus lots more options and effects. I'll explain some of those as we go through the review. So how did I get on with this library? Well, first off, the downloading and installing was pretty easy using Synthogy's own downloading software, and it gave me the option to put the huge amount of sample content on a different drive than the plugin itself, so extra marks for that for sure. Once you've registered an iLok or with iLok verification on your computer, then it should be good to go. Each of the two pianos here has 20 different presets to get you going, so we'll start off by hearing a few of those. So that was just some of the basic presets. Let's have a squiz at the interface. There are 4 pages which cover global session controls, including transposing, pitch, tuning, velocity maps and half pedaling. There's the program page for loading the pianos and tweaking the resonance, soundboard, key and release samples. You've also got key sets in there, and you can also add a synth layer. The effects page is for adding master effects such as chorus, EQ, reverb and filter. And finally, there's a preference page as well. I found the interface easy to figure out. I've never used an Ivory piano library before, so it's pretty easy to see exactly what all the buttons and sliders do. It's fairly intuitive, if a little dated looking in its design. Now let's get onto that new 2.5 Ivory engine that I mentioned earlier. Firstly, you can now register on your machine without a physical iLok. That's really good stuff. The new shimmer control extends to the upper harmonics of the sustain portion of the notes, and I had a nice time fiddling with that to kind of extend the resonance of the sound. There's also a half pedaling mode which is new to the 2.5 update. So let's talk about the sound under the hood. The Bose is rich, warm and full-bodied in the low end. To me, the Model B is more versatile and more transparent sounding. However, with all of the presets and the tweaking on board, you can change these basic timbres dramatically. There's virtually no noise in any of the samples, however many notes you play simultaneously, so there was no kind of noise floor build-up. There are some specific things that I liked. I especially like playing with the synth layer controls, where you can add 1 of 8 different synth pads to play alongside the pianos. To be honest, they all sound a little bit on the cheesy kind of 80s, 90s R&B side, but actually I don't mind that. It's quite a nice sound. It's cool that the preset system remembers if you edit a preset, and you can recall it directly next time, or you can reset it as well. There's also the lid position control and stereo perspective controls, and I found these to be quite neat for switching up the sound. I have to mention that each of the two pianos actually has several different sets of samples recorded, so browsing through these gives so many variations in tone. If you don't like the presets, just flick to a different sample set and you'll find the sound varies dramatically. A few quibbles: I'd have liked to have seen the default settings give more than 24 voices. You can increase this manually very easily, but after I got over about 100 voices, my system started to fall over, so do watch out for your CPU usage here. Also, some of the presets aren't the best sounding and needed a little bit of tweaking to get them to sound their best and to my taste. And essentially for me, that's what a new piano library is all about these days. It's taste. If you like the core sound of the two pianos, I don't think you'll find a more comprehensive package. Certainly in all of the many piano sample libraries that I own, nothing has the versatility of this new engine, nor the iconic sound of these two specific model pianos, which really have been expertly captured and post-processed to perfection. This is definitely a recommendation. Thanks so much to Time and Space for supplying me with a copy. Do check it out at Time and Space or the Synthogy website. Thank you so much for watching. That's just a small taste of the Samplecast, a weekly podcast and YouTube show for sample library geeks and plugin enthusiasts. You can find out more information at thesamplecast.com. Don't forget to subscribe.